Good morning to all of you children. I hope so you all are doing well. So earlier I have taught you the Mauryan Empire. So today we are going to study regarding the Egyptian civilization. I have written a short notes, so there will be a quick revision for you all. Okay, so let's get started the classes. See, what is written? The Egyptian civilization. What is the meaning of Egypt? Egypt is a place. Okay, in Egypt we call in Hindi Misr. It is also known as a gift of a Nile. Why it is called as a gift of a Nile? Because Egypt. Firstly, I would like to explain you children. The Egypt is famous for what? Egypt is famous for its river Nile, which is located where? In the Central Africa and flow northward and drains into the Mediterranean Sea. So Egypt is also known as a Misr in Hindi, and it is also known as a gift of a Nile. Why? Because it emerged along the bank of a river Nile in 3150 BCE. Okay? And the most important thing is that children, the Nile river, it rises in the Central Africa and flows northward and drain into a Mediterranean Sea. देखो बेटा, I have already taught you whenever any river is flowing. Okay, suppose that this is a river. ठीक है? The river start flowing from here and it will go at the ending point, means जहाँ से रिवर बहना शुरू करेगा, ठीक है, इसकी स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट यहाँ से है और ये कहीं ना कहीं जाके एंड करेगा. सिमिलरली द सेम वे रिवर, विच river Nile. Okay, I am talking about a river Nile, and Egypt is famous for what? Egypt is famous for river Nile. Okay, so the Nile river rises in the Central Africa. Where it just rises? It rises from the Central Africa, and it flow where? It flow northward. Northward and drain into a Mediterranean Sea. I hope so you all are getting it. See, for once again I would like to repeat it. The river Nile, it start flowing from where? It start flowing from Central Africa, which is located on the north place, and then it drain into a Mediterranean Sea. मतलब कि सेंट्रल अफ्रीका से ये बहना शुरू करता है. सेंट्रल अफ्रीका कौन से साइड से? नॉर्थ से या साउथ से? सो सेंट्रल अफ्रीका नॉर्थ साइड से फ्लो करना शुरू करता है और मेडिटेरेनियन सी में जाके रिवर नाइल गिरता है. ओके, आई होप सो यू ऑल आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, लेट्स सी नाउ नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. व्हाट इज दैट रिटन? Ancient Egypt divided into two distinct lands, Kemet and Deshret. Children, I have already taught you. This is only a quick revision and it will be very helpful for you to all to understand during the exams time. It will be very important also, and it will be very good for you all. Okay, so see, एंशियन इजिप्ट, जो एंशियन इजिप्ट लोग थे वो वहाँ पहले बेटा अर्लियर द पीपल दे वर हैविंग अ डिस्टिंक्ट ऑफ लैंड्स. ओके, लाइक यू ऑल सी मैनी ऑफ योर फैमिलीज, मैनी ऑफ द पर्सन्स, दे आर हैविंग अ डिस्टिंक्ट टाइप ऑफ अ different types of a land. Okay, so what they do, they divide it, and suppose that two brothers are there. So one land his father has given to him, he has given, and the another land his father has given to him. Okay, the same way ancient Egypt divided into two distinct lands. जो ancient Egypt था वो दो land में बट गया था. The first was known as a Kemet and the second was known as a Deshret. Kemet was also called as a black land and Deshret was called as a red land. Kemet जो था बेटा, Kemet को जो है black land बोला गया, मतलब काली ज़मीन बोला गया. ठीक है, दशरथ को जो है वो लाल ज़मीन बोला गया. Why? Because Kemet was having a fertile land. Okay, and Dashrath, by the name it suggests, Dashrath was having a red land. It means that it was a deserty land. See, consider his one brother. Okay, one brother name is Kemet and the another brother his name is Dashrath. So father Egypt is a father. Suppose that. And it was divided into two lands, Kemet and Dashrath. Kemet जो था वो ब्लैक था और दशरथ जो था वो रेड था. ठीक है, तो केमेट जो था उसको ब्लैक लैंड बोला गया है क्योंकि उसका फर्टाइल लैंड था, एंड दशरथ वॉज कॉल्ड एज अ रेड लैंड बिकॉज उसका जो लैंड थी वो डिजर्टी लैंड थी. ओके, आई होप सो यू ऑल आर गेटिंग इट. ओके, सो लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. Ancient Egypt divided into three phases. As you all have studied, you all have given so many times the class test also and the unit test also. I hope so you all are able to learn it. Okay, now see what it is written. Ancient Egypt divided into three phases. As I have already told you, each places were divided into lands, and then land it was divided into three places. Suppose that like a Jaunpur. Jaunpur is what? Jaunpur is a district and it is divided into a several part. It is divided or not? Several places. several like see in we are living in the Shahganj. So Shahganj in which district? Jaunpur. Okay, is like the same way all the cities wherever you are going to any places, all of them are having a district, and each districts are divided into its what blocks. Each block is having its serpents. I have already taught you the same way. Let's see, ancient Egypt was divided into three phases. The first was old, second was middle, and the next was new kingdom. So जो old kingdom थी बेटा वो कब तक rule किया उसने? 3000 to 2200 BCE. And the middle was, it ruled from 2100 to 1800. And the next was which was known as a new kingdom. It ruled among 1500 to 1000 BCE. Okay, so these are the most important. See, many of the children, what you all are doing, you all are writing that ancient Egypt was divided into three phases: old kingdom, middle kingdom, and new kingdom. But what you do, you write the wrong dates. Beta, what actually it is written. Suppose that if your birthday falls on 1st Jan 2001, so you will write 11th of October 1996. No, you will write 1st Jan 2001. Similarly, the same way you have to write it correct, whatever date is given. Okay, next see the earlier Egyptians. The earlier Egyptians was divided into two parts, the upper and lower. Okay, I have already told you. Each Egyptians, wherever settlement was there, you can see there was a difference between a rich and poor. Similarly, the same way, earlier Egyptian civilization was divided into a two parts. The first was upper and the next was lower Egypt. Okay, and what happened? The king Narmer. Who was a king Narmer? He was the first pharaoh of the ruler of Egypt, or you can say ruler of Egypt. What is the meaning of pharaoh, children? pharaoh means ruler of Egypt, मतलब जो इजिप्ट में राज करता है, ठीक है, तो उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? pharaoh. Suppose that earlier king used to rule. Okay, so they were not given any name or title, but during the time of Egyptian civilization, when Egypt people came and they started ruling over their places, so any king or queen they used to rule, they were called as or they were given as a title of pharaoh, which was known as a ruler of Egypt. So what King Narmer does, he unified both of the land. Which land? Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. It is very, very important. It can be surely asked in the exams. Okay, so King Narmer, he unified Upper Egypt as well as Lower Egypt. And the next was the question can be asked, children, that who was the first pharaoh of the Egypt? So you can say King Narmer was the first pharaoh, and the last pharaoh was Cleopatra. Many of you are spelling its writings spelling wrongly. Okay, what you have to do, you have to firstly pronounce it correctly. Cleopatra. Who was Cleopatra? She was a very beautiful lady, and she was a queen of she was the last queen of what? Egyptian civilization, or you can say that she was the last pharaoh of the Egypt. Okay, so who was the queen Cleopatra? She was the last pharaoh of Egypt. At last, I would like to say that what is suppose that pharaoh, I have already told you, pharaoh was, we can say that pharaoh was known as a ruler of Egypt. जो भी इजिप्ट में रूल करता था, जो राज करता था, उसको हम क्या बोलते थे बेटा? pharaoh बोलते थे. ठीक है, तो pharaoh को एक टाइटल दिया गया था, और you can say the status of what? God and earth. I hope so you all are getting it, children. What you have to do, quickly write this thing, or you can take a screenshot, this also and this also. I have written in a short way. It will be very easy for you to understand. And the main important thing I am daily saying you children, the main important thing is that firstly you understand the basic thing. If your chapter, you are able to understand the chapter, then it will be very easy for you to learn the question answer. I hope so you all are able to understand. Okay, now children, I am going to send you a video. What you have to do, you have to just see it rather than writing. You have to just see it, that how like how much people and how which types of peoples and how the way they live, whatever their settlement was, the places and everything. I'm going to send you a picture, so you will be having an idea that how the way they were living it. Okay, just you go through it, you understand it, and if there is any problem, you could WhatsApp to me.